Hello, welcome back to Too Tall to Drive, or welcome to a new video. I'm in the Range Rover Velar, my courtesy car from Jaguar. Going to give you a bit of a tour, bit of a summary on this car and what it's all about. But I'm going to go to my usual spot, the good old bus stop. We'll start the video from there. So, I've got a Range Rover Velar. Hopefully you can kind of see that. I've had this car, if you haven't watched the last video, I've got this car because it's a courtesy car because my F-Type has broken down and it's been with Jaguar for 1 month today. I dropped it off in April. It is now June, so it has officially been 1 month. I actually haven't got an update yet from Jaguar, so I'm going to chase that probably tomorrow or something like that, so there'll be a video on that coming soon as well. But yeah, I wanted to talk through the Range Rover Velar because personally I want one. First off, the looks. I mean, look how good this car looks. Honestly, I think personally it just looks great. It's sleek, it's stylish. This is all blacked out, 22-inch alloy wheels, black pack. It's got air suspension. There are so many things on this car that I love. It's got the dynamic indicators, the matrix LED lights. Yeah, it's a pretty wicked spec all in all. And I've enjoyed it. I've used this as my daily car for pretty much the last month. Don't have this one. I don't really understand it. This is the P200. It's got a 2-litre petrol engine and it averages about 25 miles per gallon. And that's, the best I got was 30, but you're really having to kind of coast it on the hills and all the rest of it. You're realistically looking at 25. So just bear that in mind if you're thinking of buying this car. I personally would go for the diesel or the hybrid. And I'd actually be interested to drive the D200, which I think is the best MPG, which fundamentally for this car is the thing I'm trying to get. I'm just trying to use this as a daily, so that in my eyes is the best way to go. Yeah, so my experiences with the P200, as I mentioned, the MPG is poor. It's not that quick, and if you put people in the back and all the rest of it, yeah, it does feel like it does struggle quite a bit. So it's not the one to go for, in my opinion. £110 to fill up this car, about 500 miles you get out of that. I'd be expecting a little bit more, but yeah, that hopefully gives you an idea in terms of the running costs of this car. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I'm hesitant to replace my Golf, which is my current daily, with one of these. Firstly, I would have to PCP this. You can buy a previous generation, kind of one for about 28, 29,000. And as far as I can see, the only difference is there is obviously a new front grille and there is a new rear as well, but I don't notice it, to be honest. The only difference is the interior, and I've been told that the previous interior is quite laggy and slow. Now that wouldn't bother me because I'm probably just going to use Apple CarPlay. As long as Apple CarPlay isn't laggy or slow, I think it'll be fine. I wanted to summarize basically the inside of this car and when I picked it up. So, when I picked this up from Jag, obviously I was actually quite excited because I'd kind of teased with the idea of getting this car in the first place anyway. And as far as I was like, the F-Type's going for a bit, it's not the end of the world. I've got another car coming. What could go wrong? A month later, I'm getting a bit bored. The weather like this, yeah, I miss the F-Type now. I really do want it back. There was a child. Kids baffle me. I'm not ready for kids yet. I've got friends who have got kids. Good for them. But I see it on Instagram all the time. There's no scenario I've ever been in where I've thought, yeah, a kid would make this better. Yes, so as I was saying, as I picked this car up from Jaguar, or Land Rover now, pretty much every dealership is becoming Land Rover because Jaguar has stock production on pretty much all their cars as far as I'm aware. So I picked it up from Land Rover in Oxford. I was quite excited, and I actually had to go into Oxford to buy a tuxedo. So I took it down into Westgate, no problems at all. Parked up in the usual bay where you've got kind of all the space around you so no one's going to dent your car. Went in, bought a tuxedo. I felt like James Bond. And then driving home, I spoke to a mate of mine and I was like, dude, these are cash. You feel the richest person in the world driving a Range Rover Velar. Now I imagine a Range Rover Sport and a Range Rover probably heightens that even further. I feel like I've achieved it in life. Don't bother with Ferraris, don't bother with Lamborghinis, just get a Range Rover. It's an affordable solution to all of those options. and you feel probably just as elite. On a serious note, I genuinely love driving this car, and it does make you drive like a little bit of an asbo. There have been times where I probably should have merged slightly earlier, but I didn't, because I'm in a Range Rover, so I merged at the last possible point, because that's what Range Rover drivers do. You don't follow the same rules as everyone else. You have your own path. You're basically an entrepreneur when you drive one of these. So that's what I did. So yeah, I've loved it. I've loved driving this, but I want the F-Type back, but I have enjoyed it. Let me show you the infotainment system, because that's the biggest difference. And if you're probably looking at one of these, A, don't get the P200, as I've said a gazillion times. Get a diesel or a hybrid. And I can't compare it to the previous gen, but it looks the same. Air suspension, that is something now, whatever I'm buying in the future, I want air suspension on my car. It is so comfy, so smooth. Yeah, it's lovely. I have started looking at SUVs to replace the Velar / the Golf, which is my daily, because I got on the Golf the other day to go to work, because I was like, I'm gonna have to go back to this car at some point. I didn't enjoy it. Firstly, I didn't quite realise how squished up I have to be in that car compared to the Velar, which I kind of sit quite happy in. But yeah, oh, it's so good. I'm not gonna lie, loved it. I just wished it was a diesel. That was literally the only fallback from this whole car. So this is my seating position. Obviously everybody knows I'm 6'7", so I basically sit in the back. There you go. You can't see my chair. Someone behind me gets that much room, which actually isn't that bad in all things considered. You can move these back and forwards, so and it moves the headrest, which is kind of cool. We took this with 4 people in, it was okay. The person who sat behind me was quite short, so it's not too bad. The boot is electric, which I did enjoy as well. Very snazzy, big fan of that. First time I've had one of them on the car. The Jag doesn't have it, as my dad reminds me all the time, and his Skoda does. So yeah, it's actually the same infotainment system as the Velar. The only difference is it doesn't make the bonging sounds on the other one. Basically, they haven't ticked the option for the notification of when you're going over the speed limit, which is actually quite good. So good option not to tick. Automatic, they all come in automatic. Wireless CarPlay, charge your phone there. I put the keys down there. They're decent. I don't quite understand why these split. I'm not really sure an environment of where that works. Something else that I love, and this might be because I'm tall, because I spoke to Lizzie, my girlfriend's father, about it, and my arm is perfectly sat up here. It's flat, it's like a bench. I like it. It's good height for me, not great for Lizzie's dad, who's 5 foot. I'm gonna go with 8, and I think I'm being kind. Sorry, John, but yeah, somewhere around then. Oh, it's got a panoramic roof as well, and it opens, which in my eyes is a must-have option as well. Makes the cabin really nice. A very quick review of the Range Rover Velar P200. Takeaways: don't buy the petrol engines, buy the diesel or the hybrid. Facelift wise, the only difference is the interior, so if you're happy with the old laggy system that everyone says, then you're fine. Apple CarPlay, who cares anyway. Buy it in all black, looks sick. Big black wheels, looks great. Any other things to take away before my battery dies? Nope, that's probably it. Thanks very much for watching. There are videos coming soon, updates with the rest. I've actually got a really cool video that I'm going to be filming in Italy, which I'm excited for, so more on that later. But yeah, thanks very much. Do it.